Hey folks, welcome to this video about the Pantone Colour Bridge guides. Now, if you're not that familiar with the Pantone colour format, what I suggest you do is go away and watch this video that I have that will teach you a little bit more about Pantone. And once you've watched that, come back here to learn more about these. Okay, so let's crack on and learn a bit more about the Pantone Bridge guides. So why do I recommend to all designers that they grab this set? Well, when it comes to Pantone and CMYK, Pantone Spot colours, they can look much more vibrant than CMYK. And if you only have a Pantone Spot book, you're really not going to see what the CMYK equivalent is going to look like. That's where this comes in handy. In the Pantone Bridge guides, what you have is down one side, Pantone Spot colours, and then on the other side, you have their CMYK equivalent. So this is what you're going to see if you print a spot colour in the CMYK colour format. Now, as I just mentioned, Pantones can be vibrant, but CMYK is much more limited in what it can reproduce. And so you may specify, let's say, a very vibrant orange for your client as one of their colours. And when it comes to printing that vibrant orange in CMYK, it can come out really muddy and dull. The same with bright blues and bright greens. By having this book, what you can do is you can take a look through and you can go to a page of greens, for example, and then you can look down the Pantones, find one that you like, and then look across it, its CMYK equivalent. And if the CMYK doesn't look that great, you can just keep looking up and down the page till you find one that actually has a close Pantone match. It may mean going through a few more pages till you find it, but it's much better that you find one which is a closer match. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to be showing your clients really vibrant Pantone colours, and then when they receive something in print, they get a surprise and it's not a nice one. And you really don't want to have to go to the expense of doing a reprint or having to, specify new colours. Another thing that I want to add is that when it comes to these guides, in a lot of design software, and more specifically the Adobe Creative Suite, there are Pantone colour palettes, but Pantone and Adobe don't really talk to one another that well, and unless you have updated the guides in your Adobe Creative Suite, then you're going to have very outdated guides. And to compound things, your monitor may not be colour calibrated. And different monitors from different manufacturers use different colour profiles. So what you're seeing on screen is not going to be accurate. The only way to see exactly how the colours are going to print is by having these books. And the reason that they're in sets is that one is coated, so glossy paper, and the other one is printed on uncoated paper, because paper stocks will have an effect on how the colour is reproduced. On uncoated, the ink sinks into the paper, so it's more of a matte finish, and with coated papers, the ink sits on the top, so it's more glossy. These aren't the cheapest books in the world. You can find good deals though. I got both of my books for about £140 from Amazon in the used section, but when they arrived, the box hadn't even been opened. So you are taking a bit of a risk, but like I say, I got these really cheap. Even if you have to pay full price, it's still an investment that's well worth making. And the reason for that is if you do have a colour issue where you've specified a Pantone or you've specified a CMYK on screen and it comes out really different to how you'd envisaged, what's that going to cost you to fix? If you have these books, then the chances are you're really going to limit those issues. So I would really recommend that you buy yourself a set of these. You don't need to buy the Pantone Spot guides because these will cover that as well. So yes, they are more expensive than the Pantone Spot guides, but you are getting a lot more out of them. One of the things that I should mention as well is that on each of the pages, Below the Pantone colour, you'll get the RGB reference and its hexadecimal reference, and below the CMYK, obviously, you will get the CMYK numbers. So that is my recommendation to you and a quick journey through the Pantone Bridge guides. I do have some other videos on colour, including how to update your Pantone swatches in your Adobe software using Pantone Colour Manager. So you can check that video out here. I know that they are going to be retiring that software soon, and they're going to be bringing in Pantone Connect. So look out for a video from me on the Pantone Connect software. Until I see you next time, stay creative, folks.